The unit, 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 the unit.
Hello and welcome to episode number 34 of the Outta podcast. I'm your host, me. Imagine if I introduced myself on every episode, telling you like my name and why I started the podcast and all kind of stuff like that. Stupid, wouldn't it? Tell the God honest truth. But yeah, episode might be a small bit late today, but most people don't realise that because, well, there's a good few 11 o'clockers now, to be honest with you. And for those 11 o'clockers, I truly, deeply apologise, all right? Just been a bit of a busy week. Not even in like busy with loads of stuff to do, but busy with like having to sleep because I'm bollocks tired and stuff like that. And I don't know why I'm so tired because I found out on a video that I posted recently that I don't even have a job. And like I've been getting up every morning, I've been going to work, I've been doing my job, I've been getting paid every week, but apparently I don't even have a job. So I don't know why I'm doing all that. Like I don't need to because surely, I don't know. And that's not aimed at one person. Don't be thinking that it's aimed at one person. 75 people said it to me on the video. So the video was that when I was saying that Limerick should have a hard play area instead of a soft play area. And everyone's like, that's called work, lad. Try it sometime. Someone else, that's called construction. That's called scaffolding. Now, I didn't mind any of the like scaffolding and construction ones with the laughing faces and stuff like that. But then when I saw the other ones that people were being serious, thinking like, what are you doing? Like, just don't be commenting if you see a video you don't like online, lads. Flick past it. Seriously. Stupid. Anyway, not going to dwell on that for too long. But yeah, that's it anyway. The elephant inside in the room has been addressed. Don't put all your elephants in one room. That's what my mother always used to tell me. And she'd always tell me as well, never judge an elephant by its basket. All right? And the grass is always greener on the other elephant. Anyway, so follow me on all the things: Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. Everything is at Walshunit. TikTok is at Walshunit41. If you want to send in emails, questions, dilemmas, fucking stories, anything like that, you can do so at theunipod@gmail.com. Theunipod@gmail.com. So yeah, I'm actually getting a good few emails in, which is brilliant for the content because it changes it up and it helps me talk about different things that I would never think of because it's other people's stuff. So yeah, don't be afraid to send emails in. Thanks very much. And patreon.com/Walshunit. There is a new video coming. There's already videos on it. There is a video called the Limerick Special coming soon. I actually have a good bit of the footage shot already. I still have a bit more to do. I did some towards the start of the week at fucking like 6:30 in the morning. And then I did a bit more yesterday. And I have a bit more to do. I was up around South Hill and Weston and in the city centre and everything else. So that should be interesting. Should be a bit of fun. Should show people a little bit about where I grew up and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're interested in that, patreon.com/Walshunit. And you can sign up for €3 a month or you can sign up for more. It's up to you. There's different options there. Anyway, patreon.com/Walshunit. That's enough of that. Carry on. All right. Sorry about that. So, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I meant to tell you last week that I was watching Netflix, right? Because I'm after... sometimes if a new series of a documentary comes out, a new series, a new season of a documentary comes out that I've already watched, I'll sit down and I'll be mad interested watching the first episode. And then when it goes on to the second episode and it's not continued from the first episode, it's a different story, but a different family or a different event or something like that, I'll kind of tune out a little bit and then I'll end up on my phone and then I'll be like, oh wait, why is that fella fucking dead on top of the pyramid or something, do you know what I mean? And then I'll have to go back and rewind it or watch it again the following day. But I was watching that Worst Neighbor Ever. I don't know if you've ever watched it. So there's a worst ex ever, worst neighbor ever. I mentioned the worst ex ever before actually on this. Worst neighbor, worst ex, worst roommate, all that. It's like a series of different shows and each episode is about a different one, whatever. But one of them I was watching, there was I'm probably going to ruin this one episode a little bit, but it's just mental, and I want to talk about it. So there is a woman who's living in a house, like most people. I don't know, did she get divorced, or did she just not have a husband, or did she have a husband and then get divorced? I'm not sure which one. But then she brought on this fucking fella, and she it was funny as well when I was watching, right? So she was there was other people who were affected by this fella, so they'll always go like, "Oh, this is the fella. This is the fella. He seemed like a normal fella, but then he wasn't even a normal fella." Do you know, that's what the Netflix fucking talker over people will be saying about him. To be a picture of him, like, and it's a pure zooming out picture. Like, he looked like a normal fella, but then again, he wasn't even a normal fella. Mad, isn't it? Wonk, wonk, king, 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 king. Do you know, that's the pure Netflix music. But yeah, so there was one, and then it'll always go over, like, the woman will be telling the story, and then another woman will come on, she'd be like, "Well, I remember the first time I met fucking Billy Bob." And you're like, and then you're like, "Well, everything was fucking great. He was good at cycling bikes. He popped a wheelie. I fucking fell in love with him there and then." And then it'll flick over to the next person. They'll be like, "Well, I remember when I met him. He did," this one probably smokes a lot of fags or something. "I remember when I met him. He didn't even fucking know how to cycle, he told me. And then he had 4 families in fucking Utah." And you're like, "What? Fucking lads, that one woman thought he was fucking brilliant at pulling wheelies and he had loads of bikes now. And this other woman never even seen a bicycle. He told her he was afraid of him because a bike fell on him when he was small, and now he can't cycle anymore. And he has 4 families in Utah as well. What?" So that kind of way. Wonk, wonk, ning, 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 ong, ing, ing, ing. You know, one of them fucking things. But yeah, so I thought it was funny that one woman was like, I remember like looking at him, and he had this dyed blonde hair, and it was, I think she was saying like it was scruffy, and it was this and that, and you know, she was talking bad about him. So then it flicked over to the other woman, and she was like, "He had this beautiful blonde hair, and it was this and that." And I was thinking, which is it? Like, which is it, bitch? Mrs. Briggs or Miss Matters? It doesn't matter. Not saying that next word, but yeah, I think it's so funny there are different perspectives on him. Like, one was saying like, "Ugh, he had this fucking horrible blonde hair." Then the other one was like, "Oh, he had this beautiful blonde hair. What a lovely blonde man." Ha 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 ha. But he ends up moving into the house then, and I think things started getting a bit pure sketchy around the place or something like that. I don't know, was he smoking rollies on the porch or something, and the neighbours were like, "You know, I don't like that guy. I don't like the way he smokes rollies on the porch in the morning time." Or something, I can't remember. He was doing something that they didn't like anyway. And they had their fucking bad feelings about him or whatever. I can't remember what he was doing or why he was doing or anything like that. But anyway, Sean story lart, right? Um, the house ended up absolutely exploding. And when I say the house exploded, it was gone. There was no house left. It was just the foundations and like a tiny little bit of the walls left. It killed 2 of the neighbours, and there was no one in that house when it blew up because it was an insurance job. But I just thought the extent of the damage from the explosion was mental, considering how they did it. So they turned the gas on, basically created a gas leak in the house, right? And they had a microwave that you could set to turn on whenever you wanted it to start. You know, the way you can delay your washing machine and stuff like that. And you can like make it not start washing until fucking 6 hours or 12 hours or however long you want. So when you come home, your washing is just washed and it's not fucking inside in the thing. So yeah, they did that with the microwave. They had something in the microwave that would cause the microwave to fucking explode all over the kitchen, and then the gas would be leaking in, so that would do you get me? So that happened anyway eventually, and blew the whole house off the map. Absolutely demolished the house, right? And I just didn't think that was possible. I thought you'd need some fucking explosives or something like that to make such an impact, but obviously gas is fucking mental stuff. But anyway, They ended up getting caught because they went to a casino and they ended up sitting at the bar, like sitting there waiting, like looking around the casino, gambled for like 10 minutes or something like that, or maybe an hour, but they were there for hours and they barely even gambled. They were just sitting there kind of drinking, and like it was weird behavior, but they could see them on the CCTV afterwards. Like they should have just went and, oh yeah. And when they found out that the house blew up, they were like, oh really, we'll come back. So, do you know, they didn't be like, not have their phones on and spend the night in a hotel or anything like that, which is that's what I would have done, is like made it look like, oh, I didn't even see my phone. I was langers, boy. Ha ha. And then they go back in the CCTV and they see me trying to do Gangnam Style and all. Do you get me? That's what I'd be doing. I'd have it all over my stories as well. I'd be like, well, lads, just at the casino, I'm after winning 70 quid. Do you get me? And then it'd be on the CCTV as well that I'm after winning 70 quid. So they'd be like, well, he won 70 quid, so it couldn't have been anything to do with him. Do you get me? So that's what I would have done. But it turned out then they found out that they sent the pets, was it? It wasn't kids, I don't think. I think it was dogs. I think they sent the dogs to like dog sitters. Or was it pets? Or was it fucking kids? Did they send them to babysitters? I don't know, but they got rid of whoever was in the house or whatever was in the house for 3 or 4 weekends in a row. And they left the house for 3 or 4 weekends in a row and didn't really do anything. So they tried to do the explosion a few times, but it never worked. But fucking mental, the extent of the damage anyway. But they got locked up for it anyway, so fuck them. Right job from fucking
prick. Wanker, he's lucky by a bit, something off his head.
yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was mad. And then there was other episodes of that series as well, and it's well worth a watch. It's good. I like watching that. But some of the stories are mad. Mental. I got, what did I get? What food did I get? Talk about food, right? Because I'm always talking about food. I got pizza. Yeah, I got pizza yesterday in Casanova. And it reminded me that I never told you about the last time that I got food delivered. I won't say where I got it delivered from, but it's food that I've been getting quite frequently recently. And last week, couldn't have been bad. But Alex gone getting it, so I got it delivered. And when I got it, the chips and all the stuff on top of the chips were all over to one side of the box. So I think the Uber cycling bike fella was doing tricks with my food in the back. He must have been, because it was all the food was all pure G-forced at the side of the box. You get me? It was pure pushed back in its seat, like. So I reckon that the Uber fella was doing tricks, lads. I seen a Just Eat fella on a bicycle in Dublin last year. It was before I had my meta glasses, but I keep fucking missing opportunities with my meta glasses anyway, because I'm not wearing them all the time, which I should be, because they were expensive. So I should be wearing them. I should be capturing footage with them. Missed 1 or 2 opportunities yesterday. Sickened about it. But anyway, months ago, didn't get a chance to record it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Seeing a fucking, was it Just Eat? I think they wear green, don't they? Or is that Uber? Or Just Eat is orange. I can't remember. It was one of them anyway. Up in Dublin, and your man was wheeling up the road in his electric bike, just cruising. And it was one of them fat electric bikes as well, now with the thick wheels. And he was just up in a wheelie going up a hill. Like, up a hill is the best place to do a wheelie, if you don't know. Because, why? Because you're already kind of wheeling, I think, because you're going up the hill. Is it? I don't know. But, long story short, anyway, the Uber fellow was definitely doing tricks with my fucking food in the back of it. And I'm not here for that at all. All right? Where's my water? I've no coffee. I've no coffee. I've no energy drink. No nothing. I had a cup of tea and now a bottle of water. Drinking a bottle of water. What am I, an athlete or something like that? Because I'm not, like. Don't want to be drinking a bottle of water at all. I want to drink a kind of fucking peach Red Bull or whatever. But nah, water will have to do. Fucking tap juice, but it's in a bottle. So, bottle juice, I suppose. Ground juice, river juice. No, not river. Lake juice? Stream juice. I don't know. See-through juice anyway. H2O. Quality H2O. Did you see the fucking cat in the hat thing? Like, wherever ye are in the country, you've probably seen it in your local area on social media or whatever, saying, oh, it's in Waterford. The Cat in the Hat is in Wexford. The Cat in the Hat is in Wicklow. The Cat in the Hat is breakdancing and doing the worm in fucking Drogheda. Do you get me? But I don't know, was there a real Cat in the Hat? And then everyone else jumped on the fucking AI thing or what? Because I seen some pictures from my Ross and it looked proper. It looked like it was taken off a phone or something. Do you get me? But I'm sure if you went into ChatGPT or something like that and said, oh, make a picture of the Cat in the Hat, but make it look grainy, make it look like it was taken with a phone, or make it look like it was taken with CCTV or something like that, and I'm sure they'd be able to do it. But it got me thinking, right? So what's it now? It's the 23rd of August, Sunday the 23rd of August, right? I'm just after giving away the fact that I'm recording on the day, but sure, look, here it is. Oh yeah, I already did because I said it's going to be late. Doesn't matter. But this Cat in the Hat thing, right? It's now August. So August is nearly over. Then it's going to be September. And what comes after September? The next month, which is October, I think, isn't it? September, October. Yeah. And what's at the end of October? The 31st. And what's the 31st of October? Halloween. And what does Halloween like? What does Halloween like? What do people like in Halloween? To be shitting it. Isn't it? So, imagine if you set up a yoke where you can go and meet the Cat in the Hat for a fiver and get your picture taken with it. Now, like, just because of all this stuff that's been built up online. Because there's even kids that know about this yoke because it's popping up on their fucking TikTok that they probably shouldn't be on because they're too young or whatever. But I think if someone fucking set up a place where you can go, come and meet the Cat in the Hat for a fiver and get your picture with it for a fiver, then you will make a tenner off each person, right? Charge each child a fiver, leave the parents in for free, and for an extra tenner, you can, like, kick the bollocks out of the father or something like that, dressed as the Cat in the Hat. So and that way then, it'll motivate the children to be good for Christmas because they don't want Santa to kick the bollocks out of their father. Do you get me? So you book it, you pre-book it. Do you get me? And it's like, what's your name, little girl? I don't know what the Cat in the Hat talks like. What's your name, little girl? And then she's like, Mary. And it's like, all right, so, and what's your daddy's name? Barry. Okay, and do you think Barry deserves a few slaps? And then the child would be like, no. He'd be like, well, I don't care. I'm going to give him a few slaps anyway. And he's up winking at the father because the father's after paying for that experience to get a baiting off the Cat in the Hat. So the Cat in the Hat then jumps up and lashes the father around the room and keeps winking at him while he's on the ground with blood and everything. And then when, like, if he is to get an ambulance or whatever, then the Cat in the Hat will just still keep winking at the ambulance driver, and the ambulance driver will be winking back at the Cat in the Hat, and then the Cat in the Hat will wink at the wife, but not the kids, because the kids don't know, because it's part of the experience. Do you get me? So there you go. There's an idea for you. Run with it. Maybe don't do the kicking the bollocks out of people part, because that might cause some insurance issues. But you could just do the taking a picture for a fiver and beating the Cat in the Hat for a fiver. So then you get a tenner. No, there you go. A group photo, that's what you do. A fiver for entry for anyone under an age, right? Anyone over an age can come in for free. And then you can get a group photo with the Cat in the Hat for an extra tenner. How's that? Is that all right for you? Yeah, that's great. So imagine if I was just planting the seed and then I came back next week and I was like, well, lads, come here, come and see me in the Parkway shopping centre, Cat in the Hat. Yup. Big tall Cat in the Hat shouting at people. Yeah, that's what I might do. Let me know. Put in the comments. Will I do that? I won't do that. I'm only joking. Anyway, what else was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I seen something on Tinder and I've never seen it before, right? And I'm, what would you call me? I'm a hopeless romantic. No, I'm only joking. I'm, like, chronically single, right? And I have been for most of my adult life. I've had relationships here and there, but most of the time I'm single, right? So I've been on the apps a few times and I've never seen this before. I saw someone's bio and it said, just out of an LTR. And I was thinking, fuck, she was locked up, was she? Or something. And then I was looking, I was like, an LTR? What the fuck is an LTR? I was thinking, was she in the army or something? And I couldn't make sense of it. And then I realised, a long-term relationship. Is that even a fucking... Not a code. Is that even a code for long-term relationship? I've never heard that before. Like, what other ones could there be? Just out of an STR. STR. Short-term, yeah, that's a fucking... An ally. People are like, why are they just out of an ally wheel? Do you know? But I just thought it was funny. Is that a normal thing? LTR. I've never heard... Will we ask the Gomi? Will we ask the Gomi or what? I think we should anyway. And then we'll go on to some emails then after that. How about that? Right, so here we go. I'm after turning on the memory as well, actually, so she might remember me. Hi, how are you?
All right, thanks.
What's your name?
You can call me Spruce.
Spruce! No, I won't
Yeah.
call you that. Come here, can you remember... Can you not talk like a woman, no?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Yeah, just tell me what you'd like to talk about.
No, can you talk like a woman? Change your voice to a woman's voice.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that, sure. I'll use a female voice from now on. So, what's on your mind? You sound like you've got something to chat about.
Is that a female voice now?
In the middle somewhere. I can lean a bit more to one direction or the other if you like.
No, not One Direction. I don't want you to sing any songs. I want you to talk like a woman.
Okay.
Go on then.
Sure. Yeah, no problem. So, how's your morning going so far?
That's a man's voice, man.
Okay. I'll try a different pitch.
Absolutely. Listen to me. Absolutely, undeniably, stone divine feminine is what I want you to talk about. A woman.
All right. So what's up? What's been going on with you?
Why you just changing your voice a small bit? Can you change to be a woman?
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Go on, so.
Sure. So tell me, what's on your mind today?
You're very annoying, boy. I swear to God. Come here and tell you. I was on a dating app the other day, right? And I just saw a thing that said, I'm just out of an LTR. What does that mean?
That means a long-term relationship.
But is
So
that a
they're
proper,
just
like,
saying
what?
they mean they're just finishing something that was serious, like a proper relationship.
Listen to the girl voice that he's done. But is that a normal thing to write LTR instead of long-term relationship? I never heard that before.
Yeah. It's pretty common shorthand online.
Is there more shorthand like that?
Yeah, there's plenty. Like BF and GF for boyfriend and girlfriend.
Oh, wow.
FWB, that's friends with benefits.
Oh,
And things like ONS, one night stand.
Jesus.
People, yeah, online dating profiles love abbreviations. It can feel like a secret code at first.
They're fucking... Why did you pick all the hauntiest ones, though?
True. Okay, I get you. I guess those are the ones that show up a lot.
They're haunty, like,
yeah.
aren't they?
What?
They're very haunty, like, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, like kind of have that echo of internet speak. A little impersonal sometimes.
Yeah, no bother. Right, I'm going to leave you go, so, all right, because you're actually annoying me.
Yeah, no worries. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.
See you in a while.
Take care.
Talk to you later on. I said I'll talk to you later on. Good luck, yeah? See, it just fucks off out of it then. Right, so I'm going to go into emails while I have my glasses on. So there you go. Apparently LTR is a common thing. So how was I to know? You never told me. Right. Okay. First one is anonymous. So, okay. Okay, how are things? Keep me anonymous for this one because I'm still working at the same place. But basically, I work in a shop. Wait a minute now. So is this a deli one or not? I don't know. Doesn't say. Anyway, so basically, I work in a shop that takes Deliveroo orders. Around the 22nd or the 23rd of December last year, an order for 7 fancy desserts came in. They were all after selling out because it was busy, obviously. So the Deliveroo app told us to substitute each of the items, and the only option it gave was 500 milliliters of custard. So the poor man got 3.5 litres of custard, and he paid about 60 quid for them. Oh my God. Big review came in anyway, saying his family had just come back from America for Christmas and the meal was ruined because there was a shitload of custard. Said he was going to come in and wreck the shop in the new year, but I haven't seen him yet, and it's late August, so I reckon we're in the clear. How can someone who orders 7 desserts from a shop also turn around and say, I'm going to come in and wreck your shop? Like, mad cunts don't order 7 desserts from a shop. Like, they just, I don't know, they'll just get someone else to do it or something. You get the desserts. I'm not getting them. If I get desserts, I don't wreck the shop. Do you get me? Them two things don't go together. But imagine it though, man. Imagine sitting there with your family and going like, oh yeah, no, I have some nice desserts on the way now and blah, blah, blah. Oh no, sure, it would be before Christmas, wouldn't it? Okay, sitting down with your immediate family and going like, oh, when the other bits of family come over, we're going to have nice desserts because I'm after ordering them on Deliveroo from that shop where the person works. And then you'll just get 2.5 litres of custard. What are you meant to do with that? You'd end up fucking... Oh, man, imagine eating a big load of custard and just waking up on the couch. Custard all over you. Fuck that. Oh, my God, imagine that. Like, right, question for the podcast. Happening, cuz, keep me anonymous. Thoughts on the paranormal. Okay. So I think I mentioned, I did. I mentioned aliens last week with the whole Elvis thing. That was last week, wasn't it? That I don't know. I don't think I believe in. I don't think I believe in aliens and stuff like that, right? Not because I think that they're not real, but because I have no proof firsthand to support that belief. I'm very, very skeptical with like loads of different things. Like even if someone said to me, I don't know what it is. Like even if someone told me something that was a sure thing, was definitely going to happen, but it seemed a little bit beyond belief, I'd be doubting it until it actually happens. Or if I was starting a new job, or if I was getting a new car, or if I was doing anything like that, I always think this is going to fall through. This is not going to go through. If it's something that I'm looking forward to or whatever, right? So it's a similar feeling when it comes to the paranormal and aliens and afterlife and ghosts and all that kind of stuff. I know no paranormal isn't really aliens, is it? Paranormal is like ghosts and shit like that. So I haven't had much experience with that type of stuff. Now, I have been right outside a house where somebody experienced something that seemed like it was paranormal, and I just ran away and locked myself in my car because I got paranoid. But I haven't really seen it myself. So this person was told by a psychic, I think it was, that there was a spirit in the house. Was it? Yeah. There was a spirit in the house, and that a picture of one of their kids, and they had 2 kids at the time, but they named one child And they said that a picture of that child is going to fall off the wall. And that'll be proof that the spirit is really there. Right? So, and it turned out that that was the only child that was actually on the wall. There was a couple of pictures of that child on the wall, and there was no pictures of the other child on the wall. So at first they were thinking like, okay, that's a bit weird that they mentioned that child, not the other child, because that is the only child that's on the wall. So they weren't staying in the house at the moment, but they still had, I think they had a rabbit and was it birds or something? No, fish. It might have been a bird or something too. But anyway, so my friend says to me, come on, will you come up to the house with me? I'm going feeding the animals, whatever. I was like, yeah, no bother. Went up to the house, walked in the back door, looked over to the left, and there was a picture of the child face down on the ground, not broken. In a frame with glass on the frame. It was face down after falling off the wall, and the glass wasn't broken. Also, the yoke that was holding it on the wall, was it a nail or a picture holder or something like that, wasn't damaged. The string, it was either a string or else the little claspy yoke that clips on, wasn't damaged at all, but the picture was face down on the ground. There was nobody else in the house, nobody there for a few days anyway, at least. Like, they were going in and out feeding the animals and stuff like that, but there was no one actually staying in the house for however long, a few days or a week or something like that. And so nobody could have done this as like a prank or anything like that. And the second I saw that picture on the ground, I turned around and sprinted and just jumped back into my car and locked the doors. Don't know why I locked the doors. I left my friend in the house and he was like, come on back in with me, man. I want to feed the animals. I was like, well, fuck off out of it. But so that was the closest I've come to anything kind of paranormal. So that, you know, I can't, like, I obviously believe that because I saw it kind of firsthand, and I knew that was it a psychic or a medium or something like that was after already saying that was going to happen, and then I saw that, so I was like, whoa, that's like proof that this is fucking real or whatever. Do you get me? So yeah, don't know what my thoughts are on it as a whole because I'm very skeptical about everything, aliens and afterlife and paranormal and everything else. So I hope that answers the question. So, emails. Right. Lads, I'm loving the emails. Thanks very much for sending them in. I'm actually going to go to the oldest email. Okay, so I don't know if... here we go. Nice one. So, dear Walshy, you sounded mildly traumatized by the lack of emails on the last episode, so I've decided to contribute to the case. Thanks very much. Are you at all worried that when AI takes over the world and turns humankind... she said that... Okay, so I have to say this in Dirty Gomey's voice. You will be first on the hit list. Now, who's the Dirty Gomey? So, I don't know. I've heard actual proper comedians talk about this, and I don't know if AI comedy or AI presenters or something like that are going to be listenable or as relatable as an actual comic. Because I think what it is with comedians and stuff, I know I'm putting myself in that fucking category, but I do a comedy podcast, but I'm not calling myself a comedian because I'm Irish and I'm mortified, right? So, yeah, I don't know. I've heard actual comedians talking about it, and they reckon that a computer would never be able to replicate or give that shock factor that a real person actually gives. Like, I can't imagine myself sitting down listening to an AI podcast. Like, it wouldn't interest me because it has to be, I have to be able to kind of relate to it in some way. And I don't know if, I don't know. I don't think so. Anyway, right? So also, as I have you, I'm turning 35 next week. I'm planning a night out for my birthday with the girlies, but I have a dilemma. Dun, 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 dun. I hope you have a sound button for that. Oh. Okay, well, I'm at now. Let me see. I don't have a sound button for that, do I? What's this one? No, I don't have a sound button for that, but I'm going to have to. So okay, we'll just try a random one, will we? So, I do have a sound button for that. Okay, so I'm going to say it again now, right? I'm turning 35 next week. I'm planning a night out for my birthday with the girlies, but I have a dilemma.
You know, and they ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Now, so do I go no team, sexy and sophisticated, or do I pick a hilarious team and fully commit? Do I want to enter my 35th year looking fire or dressed as a banana on Pana? What's that mean? And kindest regards, Nicola. So she signed it off and she didn't ask me to keep her anonymous. So yeah, that's fine. So sexy and sophisticated, or do I pick a hilarious team and fully commit? I don't know. It depends what your friends are into. If your friends are going to commit to it too, and they're going to be funny, and they're going to find it funny, and they're going to fully commit to the bit, and not just like wear a stupid fucking hat or something, and then take it off halfway through the night, and then you're left dressed as Where's Wally or something like that, or a banana or whatever, as you said, then I'd go with that if they'll partake in it and it'll be good fun. But if they're not as fun as that, then just stick to your sexy and sophisticated. And if they're into that, so that's what I'd say to do. Go with whatever team. Go with whatever team you think your friends will join in with the best. So you'll have the best opportunity of having a good night. Hope that helps, Nicola. Thanks very much. Thank you for the message. So, next one. So, story and question for the podcast. What's happening, Mush? So actually I meant to say this to you for the podcast before, but I was rewatching the podcast you did with Dog Walker, Shit Talker, the other day. And it reminded me of when the episode first came out and I was listening in the car. And I stopped on the Father Russell Road to get food. When I walked in, I went to order because I had the episode on my head from watching. I turns to me one behind the counter and goes, yeah, I'll get a fresh cod, chip meal, please. She kind of stared at me for 3 seconds, questioning, how has this freak been let into their establishment? Anyway, question for you. Who would be your dream guest to have in a podcast? Like, it could be anyone now, even your man who never got back to you about the oat milk and the oat milk coffee that time. No, not him anyway. Anyways, loving the pod. Keep it up. Go on. Good luck. Bless. Mind yourself. Go on. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Kind regards, some young fella. Owen. Thanks very much, Owen. I often do stuff like that, and it could be on my own. And I'd walk into a place and I'll just say something. What I do normally is, like, I say thanks and please a lot. Like, if I'm at the McDonald's drive-thru, I'll say thanks and please like 25 times, I'd say. But sometimes I'll just say thank. And the person that's serving you still receives the thanks from you, but in their head they're going, did he say thank? Sounded like he said thank. Do you get me? And that's what I want to give them. And they're still getting the thanks that they deserve, but I'm getting a little kick going, I said thank and not thanks. Do you get me? So, yeah. Dream guest on the podcast. Fuck. Who would be my dream guest on the podcast? Not the fellow who never got back to me about the oat milk, anyway. That's not. What about Jerry Malloy?
Are ye telling me?
No, I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I don't have a dream car. I don't really have a dream anything. And I don't have a favourite anything. Which is very weird. Like, I don't have a favourite food. I don't have a favourite drink. I don't think I have a favourite anything. I don't have a favourite dinner. Maybe roast chicken and mash and veg and gravy. Oh, I want that out today. Might make it, will I? Let me know, put in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to you on that. I know you listen to the podcast every week anyway, Owen. So if I think of it, I'm just gonna say, oh yeah, Owen, I thought of who my dream guest is, and then I'll tell you. How's that? That a deal? That's what we'll do. So, right, back into the emails again. So, check your Google account privacy. Not reading that one out. topic for the podcast. Well, Walsh, long-time listener, second-time emailer. I don't know if you're into any of this crack or believe it, but have you ever encountered anything paranormal or spooky throughout your life or on the road for work? Something you couldn't explain, like a banshee crying in the letterbox on a Friday night or a headless horseman jogging down the road at 4 a.m. Mad stuff like. So I'm after already kind of answering that with the last one. And other than that, I can't really think of anything. But if I do think of it, I will bring it up because I know you listen every week as well. You're a legend, Joe. That was Jonathan as well, by the way. So, okay. Now, I don't know if you want to be anonymous yet, but if you do, then I'll keep anonymous. But this is the first question or the first email that I've got, which falls under the Delhi Diaries category. And what I'm after doing is making a jingle for the Delhi Diaries. So anytime anyone sends in a Delhi Diaries email, I'm going to play the jingle. And I think it's fucking good. So here we go.
Wash your hands, put on your gloves. A tiny bit of butter, will I cut it for your love? Don't be disgusting, don't be rude. Just put some love in my fucking belly food. Delhi Diaries, Delhi Diaries.
Now, let me know what you think of that. Let me know if it's too loud or too quiet or too annoying or too good or anything like that. Give me your feedback on my Delhi Diaries intro. Come here and I'll tell you a question, Walshy. What's your best deli order ingredients? I've one, and you can tell me if it's fucking decent or I'm reading now what's on the orc. Disgusting. Right. So he says a white wrap, mayo, sweet chili.
Brother,
I don't think they go together, first of all. Lettuce, cheese, sweet corn, crispy onion, right? So my problem with... Now, sweet corn, do you know, I've never ordered sweet corn in anything, but if there was sweet corn on a pizza or something like that, and I was just having a slice of it or whatever, I'll eat it. And I don't mind it. But I've never ordered it on anything. And the onion thing, I don't really order onions on anything because even if they put in a little bit too much, it's just a minefield. You bite in, you get a mouthful, you get 7 full onions in your mouth, and then the next bite there's no onions, so I'm afraid to order onions. So, and then he says either a chicken fillet or goo John, right? Oh man, I'm loving it. I'm actually starving now.
I'm really starving, lads.
I had not eaten yet today, but yeah, I might go to Barry shop and get a roll after this recording, and all that, because he's after putting it in my head now by mentioning Go John. So, white wrap, mayo, sweet chili, lettuce, cheese, sweet corn, crispy onion, and either a chicken fillet or goujon. Right, so I'd go with goujons anyway because I find them to be more succulent. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'd make of the mayo and sweet chili together. But you know what? I might try it soon and just see what it's like. White wrap, mayo, sweet chili, lettuce, cheese, sweet corn, crispy onion, and either chicken fillet or goujon. I'll give it a go. That's what I'll do. If it's rotten, I'll put up a video about you and I'll call you out. How's that? What you think, he says. So that's what I think, right? So, but in all seriousness, let me know, like, because I heard you're a 7.5 and Dirty Gomi says she loves you. From your man, Declan Byrne Drifting. Right, so he's after saying his name. So he doesn't want to be anonymous, so he's not embarrassed of his role. His deli order. So there we go. Sound Declan. I'll give it a go. I'm not sure, and I'll rate it when I give it a go. How's that? And I know you listen to the podcast every week. Jeez, we've all the classics. We're playing all the classics. Oh, another Delhi Diaries. So, well, Walshy, how's it going? Not about delis, but about a chipper near me. Love that. Fair play to you, because I did say it doesn't have to be about delis. It's just going to fall under that category. Your food stories, the takeaway stories, deli stories, all food delivery stories, all under the same category. Delhi Diaries. Fair play to you. Right. Its food is dying. You wouldn't go in there in a month of Sundays sober, but they do something to it after beer, and it's great. It's a strange place because there's no point going in after a night out and looking for something specific. If you want something quick. You go in and just ask the boys, throw whatever they have. Oh God, this sounds wrong now. In and out in 5 minutes. Went looking for a burger the last night and got a pizza. Won't complain. If I'm looking for a burger, I don't want a pizza, lads. That's mad. Keep up the pods. I do some laughing at the little one-liners you throw in a regular conversation. Cheers. Thanks very much, bud. That sounds rough. You just take whatever they have. So, like, that means you don't know how long it's sitting there. How can you just have a pizza sitting there, by the way? Like, pizzas are a special order. Unless you're buying, like, a slice of pizza out of one of them shops and paying too much for it. You get, like, a fucking meal deal somewhere else for the price of 2 slices of pizza. Well, yeah, do you know what? No. If I was drunk, no. And I went in to get a burger, and they were like, oh, we'll give you a pizza instead. I'd probably just be like, yeah, go on, throw it out there. And think it was a great laugh. But, yeah, it sounds grim, to be fair. But thanks very much. Really appreciate the message. So I've another Daily Diaries, right? So, Walshy, long-time fan, listener of the pod. I remember about 10 plus years ago, you posted a Snapchat story of, them big mad concrete blocks they put down to stop the boys driving Jap yokes into the fields in South Hill. So back then, I'll tell you, it wasn't for the Jap yokes, it was just for the old yokes. Nowadays, it's the Jap yokes. That's what they fucking are doing now. Anyways, there was a small little puddle of rainwater on top of them, and you put up a story saying, see that water there? That's to bless yourself every time you go into South Hill. Anytime I walk past them, I burst out laughing. I don't remember that. It does sound like something I'd say though. Anyways, I have an disgusting experience that happened to me in Duns. I won't say what one, but it was the fancy Duns. Okay, now we know what Duns it was. It was early enough, and I'd say I was the first person of the day to order a pizza at the counter. Lads, the pizzas in Duns are decent. Anyway, your man went down about my order as usual. Them bits that be flying off the edge, like bits of cheese, onions, ham, etc., that you just end up on the countertops. Anyway, when your man was finished my pizza, he lowered it lower than the counter and swept the bits onto the top of my pizza from the counter. I vomited all over the place. Oh no, man. You can't do that. So was it everyone else's stuff? Oh wait. I remember about all the usual bits of cheese, ham. Right, so it ended up in the counter. Okay. So his only saving grace here is the fact that you were the first customer and there would have been your toppings that fell onto the counter, but it's a counter. It's not. Yeah, no, I couldn't. That's wrong. I would have been like. So I couldn't. That's bad now. So I told your man I wasn't hungry and changed my mind and just got out of there instantly. Thought about saying something, but I was in utter disbelief. Should he be locked up? I'd say so anyway. Keep up the good work and consistency from... This fella anyway definitely follows me for 10 plus years, like he said, because he finished off his email with 3 pictures of Dot Cotton from EastEnders. Just randomly at the end of the email. I just held it up to the camera. There's 3 of the exact same picture of that. So that's who it's from anyway. Dot Cotton or Dot Browning, depending on what generation you're from. Thanks very much for that, man. Lads. So that was the Daily Diaries. So I'm going to play the intro again as an outro. And if it's a 9, or if you don't like it, or you want me to change it, or you want me to stop playing it, I might do a poll or just see how many messages I get in about it. So anyway, that was Daily Diaries.
Wash your hands, put on your gloves.
So that was the Daily Diaries. Let me know what you think. I have one more email, right? And then I actually have a voice note to play, which should be very interesting. I heard this voice note coming in. I started listening to it and I stopped playing it. And I was like, Bud, I said, am I allowed to play that in the podcast? Because I wasn't sure if he'd get in trouble or whatever, because I didn't know where the story was going. But it sounded very interesting. And I asked him, I said, can I play that in the podcast? So then he actually sent me back a 4-minute voice note for me to play on the podcast. So that's coming after this email. Right. So remember we were talking last week about the fast lanes and the slow lanes in supermarkets and stuff like that, or in the city. So this is what this is in reference to. So on the topic of people walking slow in the Crescent, do you ever be walking through and there's 3 old biddies with trolleys in the middle of a walkway blocking the path? It fucking boils my piss. I walk in frustration and say it loud enough so they can hear. Fuck into a coffee shop if you want to have a conversation. Jesus Christ. And then it's finished by saying, love the pod. Thanks very much. I won't mention your name because you didn't sign off. Your name is there, but I won't mention it just in case. Yeah, but look, I don't think it's just all biddies, to be fair. I think it's anybody. Because I've seen people from all walks of life, all ages, all ethnicities, everything. And they just don't have that fucking thing in their brain to go, we're blocking up the whole place. And it baffles me. But as I talked to somebody yesterday, I can't remember who it was, but they were saying to me, do you ever come across this and notice when people do that? And I'm like, yeah, but over the years, I've learned that there's just some mental people out there. Genuinely, like, there's just some fucking crazy people out there. And not even crazy in the term, the meaning of the word crazy. I just mean, like, you'd see some people and you're kind of going like, how do you think that's a good idea about whatever it might be? Do you get me? So, and then obviously they fall under the category of those people who stop for long conversations in the middle of a walkway. You're kind of going like, how do you think it's okay to just stop here and have a chat? You know what I mean? No, I wouldn't walk past them and say, fuck into a coffee shop if I want to have a conversation. Each to their own, like. So yeah, that is all the emails, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to play the voice notes. So what I'm going to say to you is, there's the socials again. As I said, the socials, as I said last week, the socials aren't just for the podcast, they're also for other content. I post funny videos or stuff like that. I have done for years, and there's daily updates on my Snapchat, kind of daily updates on my Instagram stories, and there's posts on all these pages throughout the week, basically. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. Everything is at Walshunit, and TikTok is at Walshunit41. If you want to send in a question or a dilemma or a story, just like you've heard all those ones that I just played, then you can send that email to theunitpod@gmail.com. And it really, really helps me with the content of the podcast. So please do keep sending emails like you've been doing, because some of those emails were actually from last week. And I'm glad I'm after getting through them all now. So I have no emails, 0. So please send me emails. Anything at all you like. Just keep it fun. Thanks very much. That is that part. Right. So now I'm gonna go and play this voice note that I have. I'm actually very excited to hear it now myself. I didn't want to do it too early on. Can you let me in, please? Please let me in. Where is it? Oh, wait. Here we go. So, what this message is in reference to is the episode that I did. I think it might be episode 30, called Mary and Spudflick. That's the name of the episode, right? And in that, I was talking about the fact that your man tunneled out of the prison in Shawshank Redemption and you do frame. So I was kind of asking ChatGPT, is that possible, and blah, blah, blah. And then Dirty Gomi was telling me like, oh, I can't tell you that. And I was saying, what about snaking the PlayStation into the prison in between your ditties and all? And they were like, oh, I can't help you, and blah, blah, blah. And then I was asking about tunneling out of Limerick prison, I think, and stuff like that. So that's what this is in reference to. So it sounds very interesting. So here we go. I'm going to play it for you. Strap yourselves in, because it's 4.5 minutes long.
You're well. I'm currently still catching up on your episodes, and episode 30 there when you mentioned about Shawshank Redemption and tunneling out of the prison and then tunneling out of Limerick prison. That made me think about the time I was working as a concrete cutting and core driller, and they were building the extension at the time above there. This must have been about 10 years ago, thereabouts. And we were doing a lot of work on the new there was a kind of a storage building and stuff like that, and they were getting ready to put in the new block, but they had to run cables through into the basement of the old building and down in the plant room down there. And we had to run cores through from there out to the new section. So we were told that it was only going to be 2 meters across, and like that was a fucking long way to drill through. You can imagine, like, so we did a pilot hole out, and
Right, I'm after pausing that there now. So they had to drill through 2 meter thick concrete. I didn't think that'd be that thick. Or was that the foundation? But still, 2 meters to drill through, that's mad. I don't know, it might be normal then as well, but I've just never been in that industry before.
or in the direction we thought it was supposed to go, and we never found it. It just kept going. So we changed angle, did another pilot hole again, and kept going, and we ended up at 6.2 meters across or something like that. So it was only a small little core at the time. So we had to drill, I think it was like six or seven, maybe 8 200 millimeter or 8 inch diameter cores through to get all these cable ducting through. So it was a fucking big job. We were down in under the basement of the prison, trying to drill across God knows what, and working within the actual active prison as well. We had to get searched every day going in. We had prison guard escorts every time we were going in and out, and they had a right cushy number because all they had to do was just sit there and go to sleep while we were working. But they told us the plant room that we were working in used to be the old hanging room. Now, whether that was true or not, we don't know. But yeah, just for when they used to execute prisoners, that's where they hung them inside there. But
they executed people in Limerick prison? Hardly. Well, I know that's what he was told by the prisoners. Fucking hell. I wouldn't think, hardly. I'm in it now. Want to see how them guards telling the truth. Hi, how are you?
Hey, doing great.
Come here, I have a quick question for you. Do you know Limerick?
Yeah.
Do you know Limerick prison?
Limerick prison, yeah.
No,
What would you like to know about it?
you didn't even say the words properly. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What is it?
Limerick prison.
Oh, Limerick prison?
Yes.
Checking. Yeah, I know that one.
Okay. So,
What's on your mind about it?
did they used to execute people in that prison years ago?
Checking. Yes, at the current Limerick prison on Mulgrave Street, executions did take place in the 19th century, and some burials happened on site. There were also executions during the Revolutionary period. Is that the sort of history you meant?
What the fuck? Up to 19th. They used to execute people in Limerick prison. Lads, I never knew that. I thought that stuff only kind of happened in America and all. That's mental. What the fuck?
yeah, we started drilling across anyway, and we fucking couldn't get to the other side. The ground underneath was kept falling in top of itself, and our drill just kept getting stuck. We had big specialist bits, like the bits were like 2 meters tall. One of them had all extension bars and everything. It was ridiculous shit. Like, took us fucking 6 weeks. We eventually got it done anyway, but what happened in the meantime was that we had to go back out to the other side of the fucking thing and drill back in towards ourselves with smaller holes, fill up the whole thing with grout so the whole thing would become solid that we could actually drill through it. Fucking yeah, it took forever, and like constantly, we had no tap down below or anything because we need to keep the core drills wet. The one we were using was actually water cooled as well, a 3-phase drill like, and I was constantly up and down stairs with fucking 20-litre drums of fucking water. It was fair going, and even outside of that as well, like we did a lot of coring out in the perimeter wall of the prison, like the big high wall you see. It took me 3 hours one day just to get through one hole of it, just because where the steel was and I was hitting it and I just had to cut through it. But yeah, you wouldn't tunnel out of there too quickly or easily without making a fucking whole lot of noise and a lot of effort. I can tell you that for sure. And we were always joking like, yeah, you fucking be impossible to break out of here. And I think it was a couple of weeks later, then after that job was finished, yeah, somebody escaped Limerick prison. Could you imagine? And how did they do it? They walked out the fucking front gate. Fucking stupid, like.
Jesus Christ, man. So, I was obviously acting the bollocks, like joking, like asking, oh, could you tunnel out of Limerick prison and whatever. But like, I didn't realise it was that. It would be that difficult, like that Shawshank Redemption thing surely is impossible, like how many years would it take you to make that big massive hole and walking out throwing fucking stones out in the yard? But I didn't know that like a prison in Ireland or Limerick that it would be so fucking secure. Like obviously it has to be secure, but then again I suppose back years ago they probably were like even making it too secure or something. Would they be? I don't know what the fuck, but that's mad. It fascinates me, the whole prison thing and stuff like that. Like I've watched like loads of documentaries and stuff like that about prison, like in America and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever seen anything about Irish prisons, but the whole concept of the whole thing kind of fascinates me, as in like what it's actually like inside there and what goes on inside there. And there's not actually proper, I haven't seen proper documented stuff from inside the prison that wasn't like a film crew or anything like that. But one of the boys was actually telling me he was watching a yoke about prison, and it was in, what country was it in? Fuck, can't remember. Maybe America, I don't know. But he said that the prisoners had their own phones in there, like the way people sneak phones in, and they were recording loads of stuff from the inside. And like, I think they were like talking as if they were in a documentary. Oh yeah, they were in contact with some journalist on the outside, and they were sending the videos out to the journalist. So they were almost like they were making a documentary from inside the prison and kind of helping to contribute to the documentary and giving the footage from the inside to the outside. And it wouldn't be scripted, or the prison wouldn't have to okay it or anything like that, because obviously it was illegal footage and stuff like that. So I'd like to watch something like that to find out what actually fucking goes on. But yeah, that's mad interesting. I don't know, do people think that was interesting? I think it's really interesting. That came in from Frank. And Frank, thanks very much for taking the time to go back and re-record that message and send it to me. Really appreciate it. Now, I don't remember when someone just walked out of the prison, out the front door, out the front gate. If anyone has a story on that, that's actually, that knows about it enough, then you might send it in. Or even if you see an article or something like that, or if you know what to search for this article, if you know when it happened or anything like that, send it on to me or let me know, and I'll talk about it next week, maybe. But yeah, fucking, I won't go through the social medias and everything again because I already did it just before that question. So yeah, get your emails into me though, lads. Really, really helps the podcast. And I'm going to leave it there. Thanks very much for listening. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for following me everywhere. And oh yeah, will you subscribe to me on Spotify actually, because I want to get up to 1,000 subscribers on Spotify. I'm nearly there, and Spotify is telling me that people similar to me have 2,500 subscribers on Spotify. I've nearly 1,000, but I'll make up for it on all the other apps, not that kind of way. Yeah, subscribe to me on YouTube, subscribe to me on Spotify. Even if you don't listen or watch on the other one, just go in and do it anyway and give me a rating and all on Spotify, yeah? Sorry, I was going to do a thumbs down. But anyway, thanks very much. Really appreciate you listening. Really appreciate you watching in and all your input. Can't even talk anymore. Anyway, talk to you in a while. Have a good.
The unit.